Evidence of the cartels aligning themselves with terror groups.
There's still people that wake up every day and think about nothing else but to do harm to this country.
There were 445 across our southern border in the fiscal year 2010. About 45,000 are immigrants coming from countries other than Mexico, including at least 4 state sponsors of terrorism.
The issues of narco trafficking and the prevalence of the drug cartels in Mexico is a matter of national security interest.
It's a porous border, basically, and we have a free flow of bodies coming through, and the terrorists know this. They can blend into those groups and get into our country.
It is a national security concern because if you can move drugs, if you can move people, you can move other things.
Last year, Border Patrol agents arrested nearly 700 people from, quote, special interest countries, places like Iran, Syria, Afghanistan, and Yemen. And earlier this year, suspicions were raised when agents found controversial imam Saeed Jaziri being smuggled into San Diego in the trunk of a car. But it is a less obvious threat that keeps intelligence officials up at night.
We have been aware for quite some time that Hezbollah is in Venezuela and in, South America. They've operated there freely. They're the state arm of Iran. And they are literally using the same trafficker routes, the same transportation routes that the drug cartels do.
Thousands of illegal immigrants constantly stream up through Mexico from South America, which is home to the little-known but very dangerous tri-border region, where Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina all meet.
It is predominantly a Latino community, but about 50 years ago, tens of thousands of persons from Syria, Lebanon, and other Middle Eastern countries left the Middle East and relocated themselves in this tri-borders area. There have been known links to terrorist organizations such as Hamas, such as Hezbollah, and they raise about $10 billion in illicit monies through drug trafficking.
Now, much of that money goes back to the Mideast to support terrorism. And it is in this lawless region where the cartel and terror nexus flourishes.
18 of 44 international terrorist groups have been linked to some aspect of the international drug trade.
A DEA report presented to Congress last year acknowledged that, quote, several drug trafficking organizations are exporting cocaine from South America with proceeds entering the coffers of Islamic radical groups such as Hezbollah and Hamas in Europe and the Middle East.
Transnational drug trafficking threatens the security of Americans at home and abroad.
What does this mean to us to have a source of Spanish-speaking, South American-born, Islamic potential terrorists?
Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, well-financed, well-funded, and they're operating freely throughout that area. And their agents learn Spanish, blend in, get false documents, and come across our border.
And they become one of the other ultimate sleepers that we fear here in America because they mix into the culture of illegal aliens and they wait for that proverbial call.
So while politicians argue just how secure our borders are, the threat remains real. And for the men and women on the front lines,
Just check for guns or anything right here under the seat.
the job never ends.